Because we're still in the month of November, I want to let you guys all know once more about Throttle.com. A lot of you have probably already heard me speak about these guys, but they are awesome. Basically what it is in a nutshell, it's an online marketplace where they collaborate 194 different websites and forums all into one place. So it's super easy to buy parts, sell parts, wheels. Instead of going to 10, 20 different websites to see what you're looking for, it's all in one spot. Any maker model, they have parts for it. Also, because it still is November, November is Subi month on Throttle.com. They're hosting the largest online Subaru swap meet for parts, so definitely, if you guys own a Subaru, definitely go check out the link below. Make sure you guys sign up. It is free, super easy, takes no time at all. You guys won't regret it. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on this KA in the coupe. First thing I think I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and just clean up the PCV valve. This motor has healthy compression. It was reading 165 across the board. However, I'm getting a bit of blow by throughout the crankcase. So basically, I've read online that that's the first thing you want to go ahead and do. And I'm looking at the kind of location where mine is, and it's just super oily, super greasy. So we're going to go ahead and just get to that today. Clean it up. There are a couple of other things I want to get done. Unfortunately, both the batteries that I have for this thing are not really great. They actually don't really want to crank the car. They don't have enough amperage anymore. This one's super old and it's really not a great quality one. This one is actually in my original 240, my red one, this guy. And I actually got stranded with it because it couldn't actually it would crank my car, but it wouldn't fire. And we found out that, oddly enough, the LS2 coil packs that I have in this thing, they actually require that much, juice to get started to actually make them fire, that the battery didn't have enough of it. And we put a new battery in it, fired right up. So that's what I'm thinking is the issue here. And this battery that came with the car is also old and it's not very good.
What is this? Okay, more came out than I thought. Moving on. Oh, kicked you again.
So I'm at the point where I can see the actual PCV valve. Now basically, as you guys can see, what I had to do is take off the whole intake, go ahead and remove the upper radiator hose. I lost a bit of coolant, but I was able to catch it down in a tub down there, and took off the alternator, at least kind of got it out of the way. Took off the alternator bracket, which is right there, and as you guys hopefully will be able to see, right down there, right in the center of the screen right there, that is the PCV valve. So there are 3 10mm bolts holding it in, as well as a hose on the back side. The hose can be a little bit tricky to get off, but we're gonna see what we can do. For all you wondering what it looks like, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart and clean it up. So we got our new valve here, as you guys can see. One on the right here is the new one. Old one did not come with a little gasket, so I guess I'm gonna have to make my own. I will show you guys how to do that. It's just a little ring around the actual, you know, valve itself. Well, this is the valve, but the actual box that this hooks into. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Just gonna go ahead and put this guy in. I was almost debating not replacing it and just cleaning it, but I figured it's a $3 part. You know, I'm already in here, so just got back from AutoZone. Let's put it in. Here are the instructions. A little bit rusty on my Japanese. I'm just going to go ahead and wait, let it set a little bit. You don't want to just go ahead and put it on, just going to smush out the sides. So let it set, let it harden a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and stick this guy on. So the gasket maker actually dried up a little bit. It's not fully dry, but it's, you know, dry to the touch. So now we're going to go ahead and put it on. I'm not going to tighten it all the way down. Going to get it on there finger tight, wait a little bit longer, then go ahead and tighten this fully down. Probably about another 10-20 minutes. So fast forward about a week or so, and I have everything put back together. Just basically did the reverse, you know, actions of what I did taking it apart. I don't know if I actually got this on camera or not, but I think I showed you guys that I put the actual sealant on the actual PVC valve itself. But what you actually want to do is go ahead and put the sealant on the block side of things. There's actually a little groove where the PCV valve goes. That's where you want the sealant. I did go ahead and do that. I just don't think I got it on camera. So, alternator is back in. Obviously we have our pretty ricey, you know, cold air intake type deal going on there. If anyone has an OEM stock air box, let me know. Definitely wouldn't mind taking that off you, because instead of running these electric fans, which I still may run, I just have to redo the whole relay thermostat thing for them. I have a GK Tech clutch fan that I was thinking about running and using that instead, but you know, we'll see. So among further investigation, I don't even know how I didn't notice this before, but I checked the oil dipstick, and turns out that there's actually what appears to be like a quart more of oil in the motor than needs to be. So honestly, I'm thinking that is probably most of my blow-by issues, and the fact that it's a little bit leaky, because like I said, I looked at the dipstick, way more than it needs to be in there. So I got myself a little oil change. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start this puppy up, let her idle for about 10 minutes or so, just get that oil kind of warm and circulating. Go ahead and do a full oil change on it, have some spark plugs to replace those ones with. And yeah, she'll be pretty much all serviced and should be pretty cherry. So I'd mentioned to you guys that the battery was pretty shot in this thing, and it definitely is. I put on the multimeter to check it. Right now it's currently at like 1 point something volts. So, and this was outside of the car, so obviously there is something wrong with the battery. I thought it might be something else, like wiring is draining the actual power, but you know, I took it out of the car, I was sitting, checked it, 1.2 volts, whatever, something stupid. So we're gonna need a new battery, but this is the perfect time for me to test this product for you guys. What we have here is a NOCO, you know, power booster, boost jump pack, whatever you want to call it. This one specifically is the GB40. This guy is pretty powerful. It can start up to a 6-liter engine, works on diesels as well. You know, you got lights on one side, you have, you know, USB ports on the other, USB in, USB. Believe it or not, this guy actually packs a bigger punch than the bigger jump packs that you guys see. So this guy is super nice to have in your car. They have multiple different models ranging from different, you know, sizes as far as power and stuff like that. Like I said, GB40, you know, 1,000 amps, pretty awesome. This I've used it a couple times already to start this car in specific, and I believe it's still at 100%. Yeah, as you guys can see there, we look, bam, she's all juiced up, off on button, super easy. This company's been around for about 100 years, 102 years to be specific. So all their info and, you know, where to buy the stuff is going to be in the description, guys. Definitely check them out. Like I said, super handy to have one of these in your car at all times, whether you need a jump, someone else needs a jump, you need a flashlight, you need to charge your phone. Right here, this thing is an absolute beast. All right, so just to show you guys, you know, that it is dead, we'll start it here. Mind the mess. But oh, my key, yeah, it's in the ignition. It's broken. I didn't do it. This is how it was. We got it, you know. Nothing, not even a click. Nada, no lights. Nothing. You know what I mean? So now we have our jump pack hooked up. Go ahead and pop her on. All right, she's on. So now we should be able to make sure she's in neutral. the beast is alive. So we're just gonna go ahead and basically let this guy warm up just a hair, you know, get that oil circulated, warmed up just a little bit more than it is. It's been a little bit chilly out lately. So even right now with this dual kind of crazy cannon style exhaust, it's not my cup of tea, but you know, it's actually pretty quiet, has a couple good resonators in it. Now this motor has a slight and occasional misfire. You guys might be able to notice it just with the engine kind of rocking every now and then. Also, this little noise that you guys are hearing is actually just a guide that's on top of the valve cover, on top of the chain that's rubbing against the chain. A lot of people remove that, so I'm gonna probably go ahead and remove that. Maybe not today, right now, but eventually, and that sound should just go right away. Oh yeah. So I've run into a slight setback here. Here in the old, you guys probably won't be able to see in there, but there is actually what seems to be a bottom half of a boot. Which I believe all these are supposed to have. So working on getting it out. Some black oil right there. Ooh. So this oil was on sale at Advance for $16.95. So figure, you know, why not? Good enough for a truck motor, I say. Online, people are saying anywhere from between 3.5 to 4 quarts. We're gonna go ahead and start with 3.5, see what it shows up on the dipstick, and we'll go from there. So I went ahead and took off the valve cover just because I could not get this boot out of the first cylinder, and I'm really trying to get this out of there. So I'm hoping with that out the way, it'll actually allow me to get in there a little bit easier, because it was pretty far down in there. I mean, it still is pretty down in there, but here's that little guide or whatever that I was telling you guys about earlier. You can actually go ahead and remove this. You know, there's a couple of, I believe, 12 mils just right there. And you'll go ahead and remove that guide, and that should, you know, if you guys are experiencing any rattle or what sounds like rattle, because my chain, I mean, it is, you know, I actually have some new wires I might go ahead and just replace these with. These actually look a little bit beat up as well, so we'll go ahead and change those, might as well.
So they don't look too bad. Definitely could be replaced. Maybe it was just the gap that was a little bit off. I'm gonna go ahead and just Google the gap right now and see what they recommend, but not all too bad, but not all that great. So here are the new spark plugs. Right there is the part number BKR5EGP, 2 something a pop, pretty cheap. Got them gapped to where they need to be at 0.044. Let's put them in. So everything is all back together. We still need a few things. We need a fuel filter, we need an O-ring for the fuel pump. We also need a new battery, that's for sure. And I'm probably missing 1 or 2 little small things. All in all, that's pretty much it. Today, I'm gonna call it here, guys. Got pretty much what I wanted to get done in the engine bay up here. Now the plan is to go finish off the trunk, and this car is gonna be making some pretty awesome progress. If you guys haven't subscribed yet already to the channel, make sure you do so. Super easy. And also notifications, guys, make sure those are on. There's a little gear icon on the video right now if you're watching on your desktop. Click that by my name, turn notifications on, boom, you will be updated as soon as a new video comes up. So all my info for my Instagram, Facebook, all that cool stuff in the description as well as I mentioned earlier, throttle.com, amazing website. I use it every single day. I'm addicted to it, just looking at wheels and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Progress on the old winter beater is getting there. We're getting her running just how she should be. And hope you guys stay tuned for the next one.